Hey team, how y'all doing? Right now, I'm pretty sure you guys know I'm all over the country right now. Now I'm in Arizona. Arizona. And please excuse the not having a suit. I actually just made it to Phoenix, checked into my hotel, and I'm very happy to be here because I'm a little tired. But I got really excited talking to Lynn tonight and some of the stuff that we're discussing with the financial calculator and how money works. So I wanted to be able to talk to you guys about that real quick. I know everybody's schedule is a little bit different, and I'm hoping I'll be able to talk to each of you individually this week, especially with what's coming on. With the holidays coming up, Christmas and New Year's. The big conversation I want to have is those New Year's resolutions, right? So people always want to do something special for the new year, but the new year should be making sure you keep your money in your pocket, right? Making sure you have protection for you and your family, making sure if you lose your job or you get sick, that you're not financially devastated by some stretch of the imagination. I know, and I guess I wanted to be able to have this personal conversation. Like I said, I was hoping to be able to talk to everybody individually, but I know how busy everybody is. But with some of the stuff that's been going on with me, it's been amazing. You know, uh, it hasn't been good. From stuff as simple as litigation issues to people passing. This year has been a challenge. But if I can be any way a good leader for you, I'm just as fired up as ever. And the reason why I'm just as fired up as ever is because I realize the importance of what we are doing, especially for our own families, whether it be our spouses, whether it be our family members, whether it be our friends, whether it be our coworkers. It could just be us. We might not just feel like it that particular day, but what we're doing is important because I remember when I lost everything more than once, 2001 and 2008, and recovering from that, even with as marketable as I was then, it was a struggle. It was, and everyone listening to the sound of my voice, we work hard. We get out there and we grind every day. And at the end of the day, all you have to give to your family is what's left over. And if you're single, it's not as bad, but when you come home to your wife or you come home to your husband or you come home to your kids and your job just took everything from you and they get what's left over, that's not a whole lot of joy in that. So, now you're trying to add, another, tasking in your life to be able to make a better life for yourself and your family. But in the meantime, it's hard. You know, I went to the Air Force, had a good time, did everything, and learned a particular trade, got out of the military and used that trade, traveled the world, made a whole lot of money, and now it's time for a transition. And transitioning from being an employee to being a business owner it's not easy. It's not. When I talk to Lynn and I talk to Jane and I talk to Mr. Weathers, Tracy Weathers, and all the other agents, it's not easy, but everybody's been through it. We all have, but you guys are my team. You're the people I care about. Not that I don't care about everybody else, but you're the people that are entrusting me to be, some form of leadership, even whether I train you or not, right? But you got to know that I'm not stopping. I'm not. And the reason why I'm not stopping is because I got a whole list of people that count on me. My son, my daughters, my grandkids, my mother, my brother, my sister, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, my friends, the people in my community, the people that look up to me, the people who see me as being someone that's going to help them get to what they need to go. And that includes my team. So one of the things I wanted to be able to show you, because I think it's way cool. So, Lynn and I were talking, and I know you guys have looked at this financial calculator many, many times. I'm sure you played around with it a couple of times, but I wanted to be able to throw a couple of things at you because this right here is some serious stuff, right? So I don't know how far along you've gotten with it, but this financial calculator for me is pretty powerful, mainly because how much we can really do with it. When you're talking to people, we said that. When you're talking to people and you're trying to get them to understand why putting your money in the right place is such an important thing, it's a big deal. But in order for us to have that conversation with others, we got to have that conversation with ourselves. We got to be able to appreciate that we're not selling anybody anything, we're educating them, right? So when you're looking at telling people, if you can If you can, you know, I was talking to somebody earlier about, you know, how much money we spend on Starbucks coffee. You know, people spend anywhere from $100 to $400 a month on this stuff, right? Okay, but I can't afford life insurance. It is what it is. And the kids are paying anywhere from $100 to $1,500 to $2,000 on a pair of Jordans or various types of shoes. So you can't tell me that the money is not there. It's just people have to have the understanding that the value of protection supersedes that of something that you can just use up or drink or whatever. But we have to believe it. We have to believe it, right? We have to partake in it. We have to take the information that we get and use it. So, you know, you've seen the financial calculators and you talk to people, the average person really blows about $200 a month. It's true. They do. They blow about $200 a month, right? And if they're blowing $200 a month, you know, the average person starts blowing that $200 a month as early as graduating high school. So let's go ahead and put 35 years in there, right? And most people want to put their money in the savings account, right? Let's go ahead and, you know, what the best the thing is going to do is 2%. If they did that, right, just put away $200 for 35 years at a 2% interest rate, you know, they're going to get, you know, a nice little chunk of change saved up, right? Now, of course, you got your tax rate, right? So go ahead and put that tax rate there. Scratch that, 36, 28 plus 8, right? You calculate it, comes down a little bit, but it's taxed, right? But what happens if it's pre-tax? It's like your 401k, 77,000. What happens if it's after tax? Same thing, 121, right? But you compare that to inflation right now, they're going to be losing money. So that's why we're having this conversation. This is why what you're doing is so important, right? This is why what you're doing is so important. Scratch that. You got to understand that we have an opportunity to show people another way, right? So another way that we can show them is making sure we help them put their money into financial products that's going to get them the best yields. Right now, that I got an F&G IUL that's averaging 7.3%, right? I'm putting away $500, right, for my IULs, right? I'm only going to be doing it for like 20 years before I retire, right? But that money right there is still going to give me a couple $100,000. And remember, because it's an IUL, I'm paying for that after tax. That's how that money's looking right now. 271. I'm already 50. So that's not bad. So most of us are already 50. But we can still put away that kind of stack, that kind of cash that fast, right? So if that can happen for us, we can teach a young person to do exactly the same thing, but for a longer period of time, right? They might not be able to do that 500. They might be able to do only 200. But if they're going in there at 7.3%, look at how much money they're making, right? That's a nice little chunk of change, and that's taxed. Pre-tax, 250. After tax, almost 400 G's. Because they save money on a couple pair of shoes. So you got to understand, we are doing a great thing right now. So team, definitely pay attention to what's happening right now. And of course, anything I can do to help you, please do. But let me tell you something, because this is something that's really, really, really cool. The thing that really excites me about this calculator is you can actually see the potential of what it does. So what happens if you get this 389 saved up and you want to go ahead and give your kids a head start? Say that you're going to give them a head start, that entire $389,381, right? You teach them to do exactly what you did, $200 a month for 35 years at 7.3% yield, right? 36% tax rate. What? Seriously? $2 million pre-tax, 3 after tax, bam, $5 million. This is how the wealth gap continues to grow against us, right? But if we learn this, we live this, and we can teach this to our people, we can make some serious differences in our lives. But understand, y'all got to eat too. You got to eat. And I don't want to keep you on too long, but I wanted to have this conversation with you because we all got to eat. Right now, you guys are working on your exchanges, working on your 15 presentations. You're getting trained up. You're getting your licenses. You're getting everything together. You guys are going to be phenomenal. But the first and foremost thing is you got to understand, you're doing this because you need to get paid. Real talk. Right? I care about people. Like you guys already know what I do. I definitely care about people, but in order for me to do more for the people, I got to be available to them. And unfortunately, I have to work to take care of myself and my family. So that availability is diminished as long as I have to continue working the job. So that means if I want my job to go bye-bye, I got to make sure that I take care of my people and my business so we can make this money together. Right? We're doing a good thing, people. We are. Okay, but you got to do it for yourself first. You got to do it for yourself first, right? I don't care what your, well, I do care what your medical situation is because that's very important to me. But regardless of whatever your medical situation is, regardless of whatever your marital situation is, with some of the stuff going on, a couple of y'all know what I'm going through. So, you know, I'm dead serious when I say that. You know, those of you who don't know what I'm going through, you'll probably find out soon. But, you know, it's a whole lot that we can be doing out there right now. And man, I just want to be there to help you. I want to do everything I can to secure, help you secure your future, you know, because you matter. You know, you guys know I'm advocate. I'm a community advocate. I'm out there fighting against these racists and everything else. I'm trying to run for office. I got all this stuff going on, but before I can even get out the gate with any of that, I got to make sure my family's good. I got to make and sure and to make sure my family's good, I got to make sure I'm good. I got to eat. You know, I got to make sure there's food on my plate so I'm strong enough to be able to do everything I can for my family. That includes you, right? Each and every one of us got to do what we got to do. And right now, since is an opportunity that we've selected to be able to help us get there. So that does require a little bit of sacrifice in the short run. But once you start getting those checks in there, you're going to start understanding. Now you can start dialing back on some of the hours that you're putting into your job and start focusing more on people, building relationships. We all got people that we know we all got people that we know need help. Some of those people are ourselves. So let's get out there and do it. You know, I'm here. You know, I really hate that I don't get the chance to see everybody as often because of all the running around I'm doing, especially considering my my new interest out there in Ohio. I'm telling you, I'm going to own that state. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Ohio. If I can't win an office position in California, I'm going to get me some Ohio. And my target, my sights, Cleveland. But guess what? I still got to have time to do it. So I got to make this work for myself, for my family, for my team, and my community. So definitely talk to me when you get a chance. Shoot me a text message, give me a call. I'm going to be checking on each and every one of you guys. Right now with the new year coming up, people are going to be doing their New Year's resolutions. Let's get out there and make it happen. But first of all, let's make it for ourselves. Let's make this happen, right? Again, I'm sorry I got all long-winded with that, but I just wanted to throw that out at you real quick. And I want to be able to do a one-on-one with each of you to walk through the financial calculator, because it really is a fantastic tool. So if you have any questions about that, definitely contact Lynn. But you know me, I'm a nerd. I want to play with that so much. I really, really do. So give me a call when you get a chance. God bless each and every one of you. Let's talk.